Dear diarrhea, diarrhea full of shit. Just play along with me, myself, and I. No one else. So yo, I'm so legit. Um, I just listened to that David M.T. the Weenie video. His real name is Dave Davis. Um, um, do I want to shout him out? I kind of tend to like to keep things kind of on the down low, but I don't know why. I mean, it's a good default mode to be in, obviously, but like I said, he's kind of extreme with shit. um, maybe he's not, but the type, what he says is powerful. Um, and different people internalize things differently. So there's people out there who like follow people on the internet or look up to people maybe in real life. You got an uncle or a grandpa or something who you idolize. That's not necessarily a good thing, you know what I mean? If you latch on to somebody with just absolute, uh, I'm looking for the right word. I want to say conviction. I'm not sure if that's the right word, but devotion, dedication. That can be kind of, you know, dangerous. You need to be able to, you're your own unit. You go through life as your own person, and sometimes you need to be able to kind of step back and just relax a little bit. And this guy of which I speak, that is interesting. I guess his channel, he didn't leave. I thought maybe he left. He was just like, fuck this shit, I'm done. But apparently his channel was shut down. And it just was just out of the blue reinstated like yesterday. And it showed up as a suggestion, which I find kind of, well, I don't find it interesting. I guess maybe that's just the way it's set up. I mean, these days they're trying to, kind of, herd the masses where they want to go, but they're still kind of figuring all that shit out, and it's working itself out with AI and whatnot. So that may have been an old school, you know, hey, we're listening in, to your conversation, even though the phone is off. We heard you and your, friend or wife or whoever talking about dog food. So the next time you check your email, there's going to be an ad for dog food or whatever. It might be some old school remnants of that, where it's like, okay, hey, this guy's back. What? Who knows? There's a million different, possibilities when it comes to technology. But he had mentioned at one point, born under a bad sign, behind the eight ball, which I think kind of means trying to catch up. See, in the world of pool, now I'm not a pool player. If you're behind the eight ball, as far as I understand, that kind of means you're about to win the game, ain't you? Just got to sink the eight ball. But I guess it's that term actually means kind of like trying to play catch up. Be it said, the words "born under a bad sign." I don't know what that means, but I know it's a song. There's a song from A3, and I guess it was used in that old show, The Sopranos. This is like from forever ago. I don't know how long it ran. I didn't watch it. But there's a song from A3. Born under a bad sign. Blah, blah, you got a blue moon in your eye. It's a good song actually, and that that just showed up on YouTube, and I had just finished watching that. So that goes to show you as I've said before, they're working this shit out. They're expanding, and now with AI on the scene, which is like an algorithm, on speed, which isn't necessarily, well, it's just like that I had mentioned with Mr. Gorilla. It can be a runaway, and it's not. It's still in its early phases, but it's advancing fast, and it's not necessarily advancing for the better. It's like it's advancing, but it's advancing on its own opinions, for lack of a better word, right? And it just sort of, well, we'll just leave it at that. But yeah. So that's very interesting. Well, it's not interesting. It's something that I noticed. Okay. Like I said, you got to give these. You have to hit yes. Do you accept when you sign up to all these? So, you know, call it surveillance, government, whatever. They're watching your keystrokes. They know what you're searching for. Your pictures on your phone. Um, audio presentations that I post. They know what I'm listening to. Um, and the AI, like I said, which is an algorithm amped up. Boom, 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 boom. A3, boom, bad sign. Boom, 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 boom. Hey, you listen to that. Boom, 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 boom. We'll suggest that. Now, whether or not that's being, worked in such a way to, brainwash me, maybe not at this point, but the technology is there, and it will soon be, brainwashing me. It'll be changing my mind, which is why I say a guy like I used to call him David MT the Weenie, which is a disrespectful term of endearment, but it's what I do. Um, uh, his words are powerful. He looks powerful. He knows how to set the mood with the lighting and how everything's positioned, and the guy knows it, which is not rocket science, you know. But there's a lot of people out there who would latch onto a guy like that and think that he was like a god, right, or a demigod, or whatever. Um, Actually, I think what demigod, what is that? That's like mythology or whatever. But anyway, I think he's Catholic. I think, and I'm not going to speak on that. As I said, he's a lot of things. He can be a little extreme about shit. He has brought that up, about hey, this is what's happening now. Might want to pay attention. Blah blah blah. Okay, but I guess that's all I had to say. Is yeah, they watching you. Anything smart, anything that's connected to magic air. This has been like proven, like 10 years ago. So who knows where it's at now? And even if it's unplugged, there's probably a power source that has like 12 hours or 24 hours worth of power. And eventually you're going to watch Netflix and chill or whatever. So you're going to plug that thing back in. And it's going to recharge that, cell that's in there. And that's just set up. That's not necessarily, that's something that they like piggybacked on. I'm not saying, Samsung is in bed with the government, or the deep state or whatever. It's just that, if the technology is there's a way, right? So I guess that's all I gotta say is I just noticed that just immediately, just right now. A3, Sopranos, Born Under a Bad Moon or whatever the name is. Woke up this morning, got yourself a rubber band. So I just wanted to mention that. And how come is it that when insects die, they always, at the last minute, flip over on their back? Any ideas? I don't know. I got a mouse in my house too, so I've got non-lethal traps, and I have an air rubber bander, and I just put on some gloves so they don't bite me. Take them outside, gently step on the back, and just dome them. Because setting mouse traps make me neurotic. I hate those things, and sometimes they don't even work. You know, they eat the peanut butter, and it's like, shit, what happened here? All that, I set that damn thing, and then just, wah, take my hands away, all for nothing. Fuck this shit. All right, going to the little mouse hotel. Okay, hey, little buddy, come here. We're going outside.